Hello, and welcome to the Simple Mama Book Review Hangout. I'm Erika Marie, just a simple Catholic wife and mama who loves reading great books and sharing them with you. Today, I'm chatting with Rachel Kratz from the Efficient Mama blog, and we're talking about her new ebook called Minimize the Mess. I'm pretty much a clutterphobe who goes into paralytic shock when my house gets too messy. So I was really excited when I saw the title of her book, Minimize the Mess, and I was excited to read it and glean some new ideas. I've read some really good books and blog posts over the many years of how to declutter and keep your house organized. What I love about Rachel's book is how simple and efficient it really is. So welcome, Rachel. I'm so excited that we're here talking together in person like this. We've shared so many emails and blog comments over the years back and forth, and it's so cool to see your face and hear your voice. So go ahead and share a little bit about you and about your book.
All right. Thank you so much for having me. It is really good to talk to you after talking to you via email all these years now, maybe 2 years.
I think it is.
I'm Rachel, as you said, and I blog at efficientmama.com, and I blog about motherhood and being semi-crunchy and Catholicism, basically. My husband is Jordan, and we've got 2 kids. Noah is 2.5, and Haley is 7 months. Yeah.
That's great. Cool. So what made you decide to write an ebook, and how did you choose this topic?
This year, one of my goals was to kind of push myself out of my comfort zone and kind of chase some of the dreams I've always wanted to do. And one of those was to write a book. And my husband, Jordan, really encouraged me to follow that one this year. And so I just started it, and it happened. So, and then I chose this topic because I feel like messes is something that a lot of moms struggle with, and it's hard to deal with that. And so I wanted to share some of the tips that we've kind of used to help us get through that. So, yeah,
that's really cool. I think this is a very good topic that people are always interested in. I know I am. Seems like I can never get a handle of it. But I think this is really a good book, especially for those who are incredibly overwhelmed right now. I know there's been times in my life as a mother with 4 that, I've had a small baby, or I've been pregnant, I've got, the baby and the other kids and whatever projects I'm doing, and I'll walk into my home or around the house, and it's just, I can't handle it. It's just too much. I don't even know where to start. So I love how, you just lay it out so simply, kind of like, take a deep breath, it's going to be all right. So what kind of advice could you offer to moms who are in this very overwhelmed time of their life, who want some more organization, but they just don't even know where to start? What could you tell them?
Yeah, it is really overwhelming to walk into a house and realize that your house is just a mess, and everywhere you look, it's just, stuff piled up everywhere, and you can't get on top of it. And my biggest advice for that, to keep yourself from getting totally overwhelmed, because it will take some work to get through each room of your home. I suggest starting with just one room, whether that's like your living room, where you're going to get the most benefit from having a clean room, or the kitchen, or even just a bathroom, just to have one place where everything's kind of simplified and you can just take a breather and be like, okay, not my whole house is a pit. Like, I can go in here until I get the rest of this done, but at least this is done now. And then you can kind of, build up your confidence and keep moving from there, because yeah, it can be difficult.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I like that idea. I think it's kind of nice too, because then when you finish that one room, you're like, yes, at least this one room is clean, and I can come here when I'm feeling overwhelmed and know that this is a clean and, safe spot. So I tend to kind of move from one room to another and just be like, okay, I got to do this now, I got to do that. But I like your approach. Like, just take it one room at a time and it'll be okay.
Absolutely. And another thing with doing it that way is I feel like once you get a room done, you kind of have more respect for that room, and you're going to be more likely to keep that room clean. So then it kind of builds on itself as you get through the rest of your house. So at least that's what I found in my experience.
Yeah, I think that's true. It's like when you wash a car or something, you're like, okay, I'm not going to get it dirty. I'm not going to go on a dirt road for a little bit. I'm just going to keep it clean. So would you say that you are more or less messy now as a mother with kids than you were growing up?
Okay, me personally, not really. I've kind of had to lower my threshold a little bit. I grew up, I'm the oldest of 8 kids, so I've kind of dealt with other people making messes in my space, if that makes sense.
Yes.
So it wasn't a huge shift to come into motherhood and have like a husband and kids who make messes too. But because I have, 2 young children who do make messes, it's been a little bit more difficult to keep things clean. So
yeah, it's definitely an adjustment. I liked your part in the book about letting go. Just that it's important to decide when it's time to let go of something. Sometimes I'm pretty proud of myself when I can walk by, a pile of dirty socks on the floor and not touch it. I'm going to let those go for now.
Yeah.
Even though I know they're there. So, yeah, that's funny. What are some of the benefits then that you've experienced for yourself and for your family with, staying more organized and decluttering your home?
I think the biggest thing has just been reducing the amount of stress and kind of creating a more peaceful environment in our home. Because the mom really does set the tone for the house, and messes stress me out. And so if I walk into a room and there's just clutter and messes everywhere, I don't have patience. I can't handle it. And that's when I start just not being a great mom, is when my house is a mess. And so by kind of reducing the amount of clutter and messes that my kids can even make, it's just a matter of staying on top of the crumbs on the floor and the laundry and that kind of stuff, which is enough in itself. And then we've also kind of noticed that we've become a little bit more generous and more grateful for what we do have, because as we've purchased our things, we've realized how much we've held on to and how much we don't actually need. And then we see, one of the questions I have you ask is, can someone else use this more than me? And a lot of times we have stuff that we're not using and someone else could definitely use it more than us. And so we've definitely noticed, just feeling more grateful about what we have and feeling very blessed, and then wanting to bless others with the stuff that we don't really need anymore. So,
yeah, that's true. That's good. I also like that you talk about, sharing the extras, but you also give some really good ideas of how to turn your extras into a monetary source, to support your family or to buy new things if you need to. You have some really good. Do you have any just basic tips on how to sell items that you have?
Yes. So I included that section just because that's kind of one of the ways. We just bought a house in August. And so we don't have a lot of extra income to decorate our house, but I want my house to be beautiful. And so I'm like, why don't we sell some of this stuff, the extra patio chairs or, stuff that we just don't need anymore. And I've been able to sell stuff on Facebook Swaps and eBay and Craigslist. And so, I include a lot of tips on those in one of the chapters. So.
Yeah, I liked all that. That was good. So what room are you currently working on decluttering right now?
We just finished this room in the office because this was kind of our dumping ground for stuff, because we had just had Haley right after we moved here. And so we basically unpacked as fast as we could and shoved stuff in here. So we just finished this one. And now my last room is the garage. And so that's what I'm working on right now. Yeah. It's getting rid of all the extra boxes from moving and just finding new homes for a lot of that stuff. And lots of trips to Goodwill and
Yes, those garages, they just attract more things over and over. So I think I'm gonna work on that today if it doesn't rain or tornado again. So
I know.
Yeah, this season. Well, speaking of offices, okay, I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna show you my room just so that people know how real I really am. Okay, ready? So here's what this room actually really looks like. Oh, I actually kind of organized that mess over there right before I talked to you. Like, well, at least it'll be organized, right?
I love it. It's about minimizing the mess. You can't completely get the mess to go away with people in the house, but you can minimize it.
That's true. That's a really good point, you know, to not expect it to just always be gone, but to have it minimized. That's a good goal.
Yep, that's partially why I chose the title for the book, because like your house is not going to look like Pinterest. It's just not. When you have kids, it's not. But you can minimize the amount of mess. So yeah.
Yeah, I know I've been doing that Project 333 for my clothes, and that's been really good for that. And I also kind of have been incorporating it into like toys and other things. And it does make a big difference when you don't have as much around. You don't have to, there's not as much to clean. So that's helped a lot.
Yep. And I found like with Noah, we rotate his toys. So we have a certain number out at a time and then we rotate them. So he still has toys and choices, but we kind of rotate his options so that it's not just a huge mess. And then when it's time for him to clean up, he's more able to help me pick up his toys because it's not as overwhelming for him to have a whole room of toys. And it just takes 5 or 10 minutes to clean up his room and, you know, put the blocks away or whatever. So
yeah. Is Noah, is he good at helping to clean up now?
For the most part, he's in the stage right now where he wants to help with everything. He wants to help mop, he wants to help sweep, he wants to help, you know, spray the windows. Yeah, so.
Yeah, my 2-year-old, he's in that stage where I don't know what it is, like the tornado stage is what I call it, which hopefully that's not a bad joke right now, but I'd rather have him than a real one. But he'll just, you know, play with things and he'll just take it and he'll just dump it everywhere. And that's his way of playing. And he doesn't pick it up. So I'll be sitting at the computer working on something and I'll look down and there's this like, you know, ocean of toys everywhere. Like, come on, come pick it up. And he screams at me. So I'm like, oh, whatever. Oh, so I did take some of our toys though, and I put them into our storage room, and that way they wouldn't be out as much when they played or when friends came over. But my kids discovered the stash, and so they've been going in there secretly, thinking I don't know about it, and getting toys out. It's like, I think I need a better place for these toys here. So, okay. So Rachel, can you tell us how can people find your book? How can they buy it, and where can they get it?
It's available on Amazon right now and on my blog, efficientmama.com. And if you just go to efficientmama.com, it's on the sidebar, and yeah, you should be able to find it from there.
Okay, good. Oh, and also, thank you so much. You are offering a giveaway on my blog. So when I had this posted, people can go over to my blog, which is just One Simple Mama, that's MAMA.com, and I'll be hosting that giveaway there. And so thank you so much, Rachel, for doing that. It's exciting. So, okay, well, is there any other, you know, last minute advice that you'd like to offer about minimizing the mess in your house before people go buy your book?
Just work on it one room at a time, and I will say that it will make a big difference just to simplify things. And each person has a different level of minimalism. Like, it doesn't have to be stark white walls. It doesn't have to be no toys. You can still have that stuff and just kind of work through it. You can do multiple purges to kind of get to the level that you need to. But yeah, just keep working at it. That would be my advice.
Great. That's excellent, very real, and very efficient advice. So, well, thank you again for coming here and talking with me. It's been a lot of fun. And again, I invite people to go check out her blog, efficientmama.com, and get her book, Minimize the Mess. So, all right. Well, we'll see you later, Rachel. Thanks again for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Bye.
Bye.